Having returned to Ocean Fox after the winter break, our plan was to make our way back to Europe, taking in the north coast of Cuba, the Bahamas, Florida, before heading to Bermuda, onto the Azores and the Portuguese mainland. But things rarely go according to plan. We never made it to Florida or the north coast of Cuba. We pick up our story after a 6-week layover in Bermuda. In front of us was the wild North Atlantic and over 1,700 nautical miles to Horta. Little did we know we would log a further 460 miles at sea.
I describe this as first day back at school after summer holidays, and you kind of get emotional about it, butterflies and things like that. It's horrible. But once I get out there and the sails are up and we start feeling the actual wind and
it gets over, isn't it? We just go back to where we belong, probably. Yeah, the big uncertainty is arrival now, because there is a law in the Azores that came out on the 1st of June, so saying that from the 1st of June the cruisers are allowed to go ashore, have the test for the virus without being quarantined. So we don't need to do the quarantine. But according to the locals and to the people I have been speaking on Anchorage there, the law hasn't been implemented yet. So we don't know what's going to happen. They don't know when it's going to happen. They think about from the 15th things will change. So I guess we'll find out when we arrive there, isn't it?
yeah, we should get there.
On the 22nd, 23rd.
Yeah,
So
it's a week after.
a week after things should happen. So we are hoping that all will be good, because we really want to go ashore, and we really
Well, we'd
want
like to go and sail around the islands.
the islands. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a great opportunity. Probably the only opportunity we'll ever get, really. Well, we've been out here now for 3 hours, first day. I don't know why we do this. Why do we make it so hard? Why don't we just get on the improv? It's a beautiful day. The sun's out. The wind's around 18 to 22 knots, which is pretty good for us, really. And we're just trundling along 5.5, 6 knots. We're not quite going in the right direction. There's a long way to go. We are making east, but we're going more southeast than east, and we actually want to go slightly north. But give it a couple of days of change, and we'll be in a better position.
Charlie's plan was to take us southeast for the first few days, taking advantage of the low sitting to the northeast of Bermuda. We would then motor north in between the two weather systems until we could take the easterly winds of the Azores High to Horta. Where the two systems bumped into each other, there would be a row of thunder clouds about 150 miles from north to south.
Not good, is it?
Not feeling well.
The weather's terrible.
It's too bumpy. The sea is really, really, really bumpy. Too windy.
Yeah, well, it's over 30 knots. And the sea's terribly lumpy. Terribly lumpy. Very close together.
I haven't been eating anything. I don't even know what to show up.
It's been a long, hard season. I'm feeling weary to my bones. I guess that's my reason. I've packed my bags and now I'm gone. Somewhere between the sun and the deep blue sea. That's where you find me. Tanned and red, flat out on a beach bed. That's where you find me. Working on my fishing skills in a little boat that I'll rent. Ain't got nothing but time to kill. No vacation's been more heaven sent. Somewhere between the sun and the deep blue sea.
So it's 10:30. First night, my first night shift came on half an hour ago. I've just done the position and read an email from Charlie, who's doing our weather routing. So we came out of Bermuda here this morning. We're coming down this line, this little trace line that we leave behind us. So we've done around about 75 miles so far, and we've been given these waypoints, one here and one here, and they're just something to aim for really, or further north is what we want to do. But if you look at the line just here, you notice we're taking a bit of a dip further south, and that's because the wind was coming in like this and now it's coming in more like this, so we've had to turn from this angle to this angle to compensate for that. We've also got a cargo ship here coming across our bow, the Sea Land, and she is 303 metres long, 40 metres wide, 13 metres deep. She's a big boat. She's doing 15 knots, which is around about standard speed for a cargo ship. And the closest she'll come to us, the closest point of approach, is 14 miles in about an hour and 25 minutes. So we've got that one to worry about a little bit, not a lot. But I'm really desperate to get this angle back up here. Every mile we go down we have to come back north again.
So this is end of day 3 at sea. I've been very seasick for the first 2 days, like always. The sea was really bad and it was really windy, so I was just feeling horrendous. But today I'm feeling much better. I had a meal and the meal is still here. I didn't throw up yet. So yeah, it was the first meal since Tuesday night when we went out to Crazy King. Yeah, 3 days later. So no, I'm feeling better. I'm much better today. Gabby is just running around today too, so he just got used to the movement of the boat. Yeah, so he's feeling better today too. Simon never gets seasick, he's really good. Yeah. So we got into a routine today, so we speak of the night shifts, which we start at 7 o'clock. I do it till 10, and then Simon comes, and then we do like that until 7 in the morning. Yeah, but it's all going well now. The nights are very short because it doesn't get dark until 10 to 9. And the first light is at 5 o'clock, so that helps. It's good.
I thought I'd just try and explain what we're trying to do here with this route, which is slightly peculiar. This is Bermuda up here, and we've come down to this position here over the last 36 hours, where actually the Azores is north of Bermuda. But we've got this low pressure system just sitting here, and this is the wind going over the top of it, so there's no way we could get through there. So what we're trying to do is come down here, and if I move it on to midday tomorrow, you can see that there's this very light wind area developing, so we'll be coming across here into here. And then, as time moves on, we'll start heading north across this side, so we'll be going in that direction, and we'll be on a reach, and then eventually we'll come on, the wind will come around and follow us to the Azores. So that's our sort of kind of plan. Unfortunately, at the present time, as you can tell by all the red stuff, it's actually pretty rough, and it's much, wind's a lot stronger. This is gusts, and they're saying up to 25. Well, we're having gusts up to 35, if not 40 knots at times, so it's been particularly unpleasant.
Then, out of the whole ocean, we get some rope around the starboard hull. As luck would have it, it was only around the rudder, and it soon drifted off on its voyage across the ocean.
So it just, when we stopped, it just dropped off and floated off, so we didn't manage to get it. Looked like a nice rope as well. Put that in the rope locker.
We keep sailing and motoring on, now heading north into the centre of the Low. The next morning we break through, the sun comes out, and we really start sailing.
At the moment we've got a good breeze coming from the south, and we're running along the north of the Azores High, and we've been there now for 24 hours. We've got about another 3 days of this, which is really lovely because it's about 20 knots of wind, and it's on the beam, and it's warm.
Problem yesterday on the mast, because one of the blocks that we just replaced in Bermuda cost $50 each. One just broke, completely new, it just broke. So I had to go on the mast and replace that one. Not fun, because once you're there, the boat does this, and I couldn't hardly hold myself with my legs and try to work with my hands, and anyway, it's gone. The thing is there. And yeah, it's all good. Apart from being so tired, it's all okay. We will arrive when we arrive. It's not rushed really.
Just after first light on Saturday morning, so we've been going now for 9-10 days. The last 3 days have been very good. We've been doing over 150 nautical miles a day, the wind's been behind us, the seas have been relatively calm, it's been perfect conditions really.
this is all going to collapse in the next 48 hours when a warm front comes down from Canada.
We've lost 6 part of a knot. We're still doing 6. We were doing probably 7 before, but it's better to be like that. And then if we need to put another reef in at night, and put another reef in the night, we can with the old Genoa. And hopefully we won't have to put one in the mainsail, because that second reef is a bit tricky one, really.
Yeah.
But we're in a good position to do it.
Tell me how much the predictions are saying, how much we are experiencing now.
So predict winds say today now. Okay, they say that the wind is around about 18 knots with gusts up to 22, 23, 24. Okay. Well, I just looked down there, and the wind is at 29 to 30 knots, gusting 40. See? It's always the same, isn't it?
Always the same.
Always the same. It's always out by at least 10 to
knots.
20 knots. Always. Isn't actually worth the ink.
Show me all that red. It's a bit red, isn't it?
Yeah, but their red is only 20 to 25 knots. You see? It's just our imaginations that over there says 33. That's all. Yeah. I know I'm dyslexic. Well, I do know the difference between 24 and 34.
Beautiful, and it's like that. It's a beautiful day, blue sky, and we have all the 3 sails out. It's really nice. It feels, I feel so much happier today because it's only 48 hours for arrival. So it just feels good. It's just a happier feeling. Don't know. It's too long. It's too long at sea. And in our minds, we were supposed to be 12 days at sea, and it's going to be 17. So it's even harder. But it has been a difficult journey, a very difficult journey. We had to do too many diversions, so we lost too much time doing that. Tomorrow we should pass the first island in the Azores, which is Flores. And yeah, it's, we are hoping to get some signal, telephone signal there. Let's stay at sea. Yay! Wow. Yeah, we are nearly 24 hours for arrival. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a night arrival because we are due to arrive by the sunset. But for that we would need to keep up with at least 5.5 knots, and we are doing under 5, so we're not going to make it. So we'll probably arrive after the sunset, which is a shame because it's always a bit stressful when we arrive at night. But anyway, It has to be what it has to be. It's nothing we can do about it. Let's see, they say maybe tomorrow will be better run. I can't see that on the predictions, but we'll see.
After 2,251 nautical miles, 17 days, 8 hours and 15 minutes at sea, we turn around the breakwater and into Harper, just before sunset.